For as long as I can remember, I've always loved music. Paramore, Talking Heads, Green Day, Silly Songs with Larry, and so much more. This love never faded, and it has only grown with me. So I decided to start making music. I wasn't sure why or how, but I knew I wanted to make something. After all, being creative was my favorite escape. I could write horror stories, create comedy videos on YouTube. I even started a podcast when I was 13 with my best friend. Yeah, I was that person. Despite all of my creative outlets, drums were the only musical habit that I held. I didn't know how to sing, I didn't know what a DAW was, I don't even really know how to read music. I would just play what I heard on drums. Even though my lack of knowledge put me at a disadvantage, nothing was going to stop me from doing what I wanted. So I took type beats from YouTube and I loaded them into Audacity and I recorded my sick raps over them. Now, if you have worked with Audacity, you know that this is probably the worst way to make music. But lo and behold, I created my first song. Now, I would have loved to show you my first song, but the laptop I made all this music on is a paperweight now. As time went on, I learned more about DAWs and started watching YouTube tutorials on how to make beats, how rhymes worked, and what a double entendre was. And I finally started to have a formula. I would go on to make song after song after song, and looking back on some of those files that I do have, these were probably the worst songs anyone could have ever made. But at that time, 13-year-old Zay thought that he was the shit. I would show everyone and anyone the music that I had made. Some were honest and some didn't want to hurt my feelings, but it didn't matter. I loved everything I was doing. Now you're probably wondering, Zay, did you make this video just to talk about you and how you started making music? And my response to that would be yes, but no. See, I still make music. My music today is much better than what I was making before. I understand frequencies better, how to sing harmonies, tell a story through words and melodies. I know how to clench my butt to hit higher notes. I promise you it works. You should pause this video and give it a shot. But for some reason, I am more ashamed to share my music today than I was when I was still in junior high and high school. This goes for anything I make. Videos, drawings, Minecraft builds. I'm actually never ashamed to share my Minecraft build, so I take that back. The point I'm trying to make is that I am much more insecure now. This makes no sense since I am so much better than I was. I should have been insecure when I was worse, not when I'm evidently better. I have a lot of reason for this. A part of me feels like I don't deserve to be heard. Another part of me loves to compare myself to my friends and my idols. One of the biggest reasons is that I'm embarrassed that my music always has one common thing. I write about my struggles. These struggles tend to stay the same. You would think that by now I'd fix them, but I haven't. It's not that I don't want to fix them, it's just that I haven't figured out a permanent way. This causes me to make music I don't really feel like making, creating a persona to cover up what's inside. See, the question I have to ask myself daily is, what am I doing this for? Am I doing this for the approval of others, creating things that other people like, or am I doing this because I want to? In some religions, they talk about childlike faith, saying that adults can be too skeptical at times and should have childlike faith in their life. Now, I am not trying to sell you religion, but I'm bringing this up because I think it can also apply to a creative mind. As a child, I was unashamed to share my ideas creatively, and as an adult, I may feel that if something isn't furthering my career and making me money, that it's a waste of time. But creativity is supposed to be an outlet, something to unwind and release your frustrations. It's a tool for us, like working out or reading in our free time. I know we've all heard this idea that we have lost our childlike spark, but I want to encourage you to look into yourself and see where you lost it. Sometimes we forget about the things we used to love doing. We replace them with things we find quote-unquote more productive. But I'd argue that the things you love doing that aren't quote-unquote productive are the exact things you need to stay productive. Life needs to have a balance. This is easier said than done, but it's something we have to evaluate every day. Don't accept that you no longer do the things you love because you're too busy working a job you hate or you're worried others will judge you for it. Continue to do the things you love because then, maybe just for a moment, you'll forget about the things worrying you. So no, I didn't make this video because I wanted to tell everyone about my story. I also did it because I wanted to reawaken the childlike creativity in me.